Hey there, here's a message you need to know right now. Now, if this doesn't resonate, that's okay. It's not meant for you today. And I'm not trying to rhyme, but let's get on with it. So, the first card is the moon. So, the energy that I'm picking up is that maybe things have been feeling a little bit off. I know, I think I say that in almost every reading. But it feels like it's time to allow yourself to really go deep and discover that deep emotional connection you have in your life. And why this is coming up is because you might have been ignoring the little signs that have been coming up, putting them off. And hey, the sign might not be something intuitive. It might be something physical. It might be seeing a certain object or a sequence of numbers over and over again, and you're just kind of dismissing it. And it's important to really go deep and discover how you're connecting with the world around you. Often we can't understand what we're picking up until we go inward and we get to know ourselves a little bit better. Okay. The next card is Judgment. Interesting. We're getting a lot of major arcanas here. So I'm picking up that this is something to really kind of sit up and pay attention to. And I really feel that this is coming in the form of self judgment. So if you take these two, the moon and the judgment, together and allow yourself to go deep. Now, maybe what's coming up is judgment of yourself. Whenever you do have that quiet mind, all you hear is that self deprecation and that self talk that's stopping you from moving forward because you think you need to be the one to correct yourself instead of lift yourself up. But I'm here to tell you, only we can lift ourselves up. Even if we hear something from the outside, if we're not letting it sink in, then we're not allowing to feel good about ourselves. And I think it's really key that we do. And if you come from an era like I do, of where you talk about yourself, you're bragging and it's not good and you shouldn't stand out, and it's time to let that stuff go. That's the past. It's time to honor who you are now, because the more you uplift yourself, the happier you're going to be. And the more you're showing others that that is a possibility for them as well. Like if you have kids, they learn by seeing, not by you telling them. So if they see you being kind to yourself, correcting your negative words and thoughts to something a little more positive, they're going to learn without even realizing they're learning it. Wow. Here's another one, justice. And I really feel that when you can justify feeling good, it's going to make a big difference. And maybe that's the problem with this moon. You haven't been able to really justify feeling good. So you're like, I have nothing to show for feeling good. So I'm just going to feel bad instead. And that's not any good for anybody, right? I had to look to make sure my microphone's on. How many times I've recorded a whole thing and all you hear is, all right, let's see what else we have. I can't believe all the major arcanas that are coming in. We've got the sun. And again, I feel this is definitely speaking about how you perceive yourself, that inner sun. If you know your chakra system at all, the sun is the solar plexus reflex. It governs how you digest your food, your experiences, the world around you. It's also where ego resides. So I know if we keep talking up ourselves, it might sound like we're bragging, but we're not. Dimming your light isn't helping anybody, okay? Especially yourself. All right, we're going to pull another one, and then I'm going to pull some clarifiers for these. All right, we got the Queen of Swords, and I really feel that whatever you have been thinking, you've been creating that experience. So it's so important for you to keep those thoughts in alignment with how you want to experience things. And notice in this card, the cup is there, but it is locked away. So it's more about don't okay, I'm just going to say it. Don't feel the negative feelings. Think yourself into a positive state of being. That's going to make a big, big difference in how you show up in this next little while. All right, I'm going to try and organize these here, and I'm going to pull some clarifiers, but let's grab a different deck because it's always fun if the same card shows up. You never know. So we're clarifying the moon. Bunch of cards fell. Let me try again. All right, let's clarify that moon. We have the Empress, continuing with the major arcana. And what I'm picking up is this might not be something major happening in your life, but it is something inwardly that's major that's going to help you shift from the experiences you've been having so far into more of what you've been desiring and dreaming about. Because you need to start experiencing the emotions of it in order to attract it to you. And this Empress is all about abundance. She's all about reaping what you sow. So be careful, right? With justice, uh, judgment, and justice, that's going to make a big, big difference. But as we see this with the moon, it is really saying that when you do go deep, don't get stuck in the muck. Focus on taking inventory of all of the good that's come in your life, even despite the challenges and the sacrifices. Okay. Now let's clarify the Judgment card with the Knight of Wands. So when you finally release that self-judgment and that self-talk that has been draining your energy and maybe keeping you up at night or making you have a crappy sleep, you're going to have the energy to move forward on the things you really want to do. The creative energy is just going to open right up. It's like a whole new you that's trying to be born. Clarify the Justice card with the Four of Swords. And it's interesting because with the Justice card in this deck, the Lightseer Tarot, she is holding a sword. Okay, so technically there's five swords. Now, the Five of Swords often represents a hollow victory. So you need to do everything I just said, rewind it, listen to it a gazillion times, and focus your inner awareness and your inner guidance on what you want. All right. Maybe it's focusing on one thought at a time, working with that, playing with that. Okay. Clarifying the Sun card with the King of Wands. We're getting lots of Wands energy here. And this is great because it's the entrepreneur card. And it really feels like it's saying that the more you honor who you are and kind of inwardly brag about yourself, like you can pump yourself up. You don't have to tell anybody about it. No one needs to know what you're thinking. Maybe have some affirmations around, like something you see first thing in the morning. Put a post-it note on your mirror. Actually, what I do is I get like a white-off pen and I write on my mirror different affirmations, and it helps to remind me to focus on what I want instead of worrying about what I don't want. So with this King of Wands and the Sun, it's reminding you that the actions you take are always in alignment with your core values. Now, the thing is with core values, they could be things like family, freedom, work ethics, like whatever your core values are. But the thing is, if we are not taking action every day or honoring every day our core values, then we're saying they're not important to us when they should be the most important thing. That's why we're plunked on this earth in the first place, is to go through these experiences and learn from them. All right, clarifying what do we have next here? The Queen of Swords. This is our last card. And we have the Nine of Wands. So we've got lots of wands. And this is showing you that even though, so Queen of Swords, the thoughts you're thinking, the actions you've been taking might have been quite grueling and made you a little exhausted and tired, but you still have a little bit of fuel in the tank to keep going. Maybe it's like when you run a marathon, not that I would know. I've watched a gazillion movies about it. When they're on that last 200 yards or what have you, 200 meters for us Canadians. I didn't do the conversion, whatever, is when you really kind of give it your all to the very, very end. And when you do that, to me, it's just showing that you have the resolve to do it. You are focused and you're focused on the finish line. So then you're already in your mind, you're already celebrating no matter where you end up showing up, no matter if the thing you're trying to do doesn't look exactly the way you thought it did. You're going to feel what you need to feel in order to fuel yourself to move forward into this next thing that's coming up. All right. Well, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and we'll see you in another video. Peace.